Hi, good evening, loved ones. I just went pee, so that means that I have about 6 minutes and 45 seconds before I'm going to have to pee again because this diet is all liquid as well as I pee like crazy when I'm losing fat. So yeah, let's get this done. I'm alone in my bedroom, so it's time for some real talk. I've been putting off this subject for a while because, well, it's very triggering to me and potentially triggering to other people, but it's something that I think has to be discussed in my particular case, and I think that a lot of you will hear me and understand what I'm saying. The topic I want to discuss tonight is eating disorders. I personally have not one, not two, but 3 eating disorders. The first one may not be a surprise to you. I have food addiction. What does food addiction mean to those lucky people who've never been addicted to anything? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. If you know an alcoholic, a cocaine addict, a heroin addict, a smoker, any of those things, it's the same exact thing. What that means to you is I use food as a means to cope with stress, anxiety, any emotion, honestly, boredom, loneliness, sadness. If I'm happy, I celebrate by eating. These are, I think about it all the time. It's a big part of my OCD issue. If I'm not thinking about eating it, I'm thinking about preparing it. I'm thinking about getting recipes to prepare things, what groceries we should do, so on and so forth. And I noticed not long ago, maybe within the last year, funny that I'd never noticed it before, was that when I'm really full, like my stomach is really full, where I'm digesting, you know that feeling when you have the itis, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anxious. I don't feel sad. I don't feel my day. I don't feel anything that's going on with me. So it's not surprising that I developed this coping mechanism due to some very difficult shit that happened to me during my childhood and adolescence and everything in between. So it's a problem. Now, the second eating disorder I have, this one I needed a psychologist to diagnose because I didn't know it existed, but it's totally me. It's called restrict binge cycle. What is a restrict binge cycle? Okay, so I restrict. Anybody who knows me knows I'm the best dieter on the planet. I can tell you how to diet. I can tell you what to eat. I can tell everybody what to do. When I'm on a diet, I'm perfect. I don't stray from it. Because society, my friends, my family, everybody subtly tells me that it's not okay to be fat. The medical community just outright tells me that it's not okay to be fat. So, of course, if you want to please people whatsoever, you try to lose weight and conform. So I've developed a lot of knowledge about that. But psychologically, what happens is you get exhausted and you start to think, why am I doing this? Is this making me happy? Am I doing it to make other people happy? Is this worth all the pain and anxiety? Which makes my food addiction worse, by the way, because I have to go into more meal planning mode and more thinking about what I'm going to buy and eat. It's a vicious cycle. So eventually I just give up and I do whatever I want. And we feed right back into the food addiction and also a genetic problem I have, which is, one, I have a tendency to be overweight. Not everybody can become supersized like me. And number 2, I think I'm like a bit more hungry than other people, and I don't have a very good hunger reflex. So I'm not always sure when I'm full or hungry. So you can imagine when I let go of that restriction and I binge, it's insane. It's insanely bad. And I have lost and gained, again, we're going to go not 1, not 2, but 300 pounds in my lifetime doing this. And it's amazing how much I'm praised when I'm losing and how much I'm ignored when I'm gaining. And how you internalize those messages, even if they're not verbalized to you. Now the third eating disorder that I have. This one is not going to be obvious to you because of the way I look. It's hidden. I suffer from anorexia nervosa. It's not surprising. I have the other two. Yes, I know that most people who suffer from anorexia are skinny. That's not my case now. When I was 7, due to things out of my control, I was so stressed that I couldn't eat anything but toast and 7-Up for a year. And I became real thin. I mean, literally the thought of eating food would make me gag and sick and ill. I don't know how I was helped at the time. I think it had something to do with taking me out of a situation. And that resolved itself, but it does still rear its ugly head from time to time, especially when I'm on a restrict cycle. It comes to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm doing good on this diet. And then I'm like, what is the point of eating? It comes back again to control. So I either binge completely and I say, I'm going to be in control of my life. Or I restrict completely, meaning I don't want to eat or can't eat or physically don't feel like eating because I want control. And because I'm not going to let you, society, or even me tell me what to do because I'm difficult like that. So those are my 3 eating disorders. There's another one that I know of. There's probably more, which is bulimia. And the only reason why I'm not bulimic is because I can't throw up. Don't think I haven't thought about it. Those of you who know me know that I don't vomit. What does that mean to all of this? Well, you better believe that through this process, I didn't do it alone. They offer psychological services, and a lot of people don't take advantage of it, but I have. Do they rear their ugly head? Yeah. Did she give me tools to try to help me? Yeah. What's going to happen remains to be seen. Believe me, all the feelings are coming up now because I'm not able to do any of my cycles. I'm not able to do any of my disorders. I have to eat what they've told me. And boy, have I dealt with the gambit of feelings this last week and a half. Maybe you guys can drop me some comments about your struggles with food. It may help others. If not, you can personally message me and we can talk. Or if not, just know that you're not on your own. It's a relatively common thing. Just that nobody likes to talk about it. That's it for me for tonight. I think that was more than a mouthful. Just double the length of my usual videos. Thank you if you watched all the way through. Just know, for those of you that are worried, I'm doing much better. The diet gets much easier in week 2. Today is day 11. For those of you who are counting, tomorrow is my pre-op appointment, and the 30th will be my Roux-en-Y bypass. So stay tuned for more of these, and please like, comment, share.